Guardians of the Galaxy 3 director James Gunn is reported to be dark and distinct from the other films in the franchise, which is a promising indication for the forthcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. The third installment of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise has been in the works since 2017 and is eagerly awaited by fans for a multitude of reasons, including the debut of Adam Warlock and seeing how Gunn wraps up the trilogy. It will be very different from what people expect. As with other MCU films, there is a certain expectation that the plot and tone of the films would conform to the MCU's overall style. The Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, on the other hand, has its own tone. By infusing their storylines with lots of comedy, action, and stakes, Gunn transformed the obscure comic characters into household names. Gunn is also noted for curating excellent soundtracks for the franchise. All of these aspects will return in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but Gunn isn't going to wade in the same seas as before. After taking a break to work on DC's The Suicide Squad, he'll be returning to the MCU to wrap out this incarnation of the Guardians with a dark and unique conclusion. For some, the hint that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be dark and different may come as a shock and raise alarm. Although Gunn's MCU films haven't been as comedic-heavy as Taika Waititi's Thor Ragnarok, they are still among the funniest MCU films, and the franchise's popularity demonstrates that viewers enjoy this style. Changing the so-called formula to become darker and more unique might result in some negative consequences. These adjectives, on the other hand, should instill even greater faith in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It demonstrates Marvel Studios' belief in Gunn's story and a recognition that the brand cannot get stale, especially given the sequel arrives 6 years after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The major cast members and another awesome mix will appear in the film to maintain some recognizable elements, but Gunn appears to be keen to surprise moviegoers in new ways. A dark and unusual installment of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise and its primary protagonists is a logical evolution for the franchise and its characters. The first film was an exciting cosmic adventure full of laughs, while the sequel took a more somber tone in its subject matter, including Yondu's sad death. Because the Guardians of the Galaxy have lately faced even more adversity as a result of Thanos' snap, Gamora's death, and the return of time travel, it's only natural that Guardians of the Galaxy 3's plot and tone develop. It also validates many fans' underlying concerns about the film's tragic tone. Major fatalities have been foretold for the film for a long time, with Rocket and Drax both expected to die. And, after witnessing Gunn murder so many DC characters in the Suicide Squad, the MCU might benefit from his proclivity for incorporating unexpected and poignant deaths for big characters. The fact that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be gloomy is also a fair indicator of what is at stake in the film. Gunn's hint isn't meant to imply that the sequel would be a gloomy and depressing experience for viewers, but rather that the Guardians of the Galaxy will face significant challenges. This might be through Adam Warlock's MCU debut, although High Evolutionary is also said to be the villain in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. His possible links to Rocket's horrific past, as well as the threat he offers to the galaxy, organically steer the picture in a darker direction than previous installments.